Hey everybody, Andy's free guitar chart video lessons. We're going to do a little review today and work our way up to the subject matter we left off with on chart number 92, which trying to rephrase half diminished chords. And I've decided that even though it may not be easier, but I had to look at it a certain way. If you do a half diminished say a B half diminished, all right, if you just do a B minor, okay, and you want to do a half diminished, you just drop the fifth one half step, right? That's pretty cool. So I found that out pretty much on the guitar, where it's like a B minor. You know, you're starting with this horrible B major, and it's way out of the mode of C, right? Out of the key of C. So the problem is that I decided it was better not to try and derive a chord by starting with a chord that's out of the key, altogether. So what are we going to do? So we have to, we're going to work up to that subject, but it certainly is easy enough to say, okay, well, if I'm going to play down here, play an E minor down here, and bring that E minor up to an E. Here's an E shaped, E minor shaped E minor. Here's an E major shaped F major. It's all in the C box. You know, so the capo goes on. That's where you're tuned to. My guitar's tuned down. I have these wonderful notes. Wow. But I don't like to just play by reading them off, because that's no fun. See, that's a strain on your eyes, and are you going to be able to see it? And then you're trying to put lights on it or something. What's going on there with that? So there's a short and a long chords. There's a fourth short, right, in the key of C, that's F, and then it goes to the long C, and then the fifth goes to the long G, right? So we've got C, F, G. There's inversions involved there, you know, it could be. Well, that's not quite a, that was supposed to be a second inversion. All right, so basically, I'm going to exploit this relationship between the E minor, the F major, and the long C. If you bring that up to the B, so now we're in the E box. The E box goes from like the A sharp to like actually it goes from the B to the D. So it's okay, if we're going to do all shapes in the E box, we should look at the chart. Cheat a little bit. Here is the E box right here. This is really what my guitar looks like. I've got the colors. They're supposed to be colored in. I left one out. Aye. See this yellow, and then it's supposed to be white there. Anyway, next time I'm going to print it, get all colors right. So here's the E box. E, superimposition, if you want to call it, or just cross overlaid. So you got the E pentatonic starting on the root. Okay, the E starts on the root. And then you go to the A pentatonic starting on that same C root. Now here's where the accordion opens up again, and you have a long C. but it's a G. So it's a G-shaped C. So there's the red note is the G note. It's the 5th. Here's the little chord we're going to play. The 2, which is the D. The 5, which is the G. The 7. Now the 7's blue on my color pattern on my guitar. Okay. And from there we're going on to the D, which is purple now. D is 2, the 2nd of C. You know, and then up to a little D-shaped G up there. So that's what we're doing. The capo doesn't have to be moved up there. You know, it's going to be a C-shaped G. Okay? It's a C-shaped G, not a C-shaped C. Okay? C-shaped G. Alright, so it's down, where are we? Oh yeah, you got to go straight up. Remember, with a C shape, you start a 5th below that root. So the root, you know, the root of that C chord. So there's the long relationship with the E cage. Alright? So when you shorten this up, you know, I'm going to try to get half diminished. And I noticed that also on the long is our 7 here. And that's where we're going to build our half diminished. And as you know, the half diminished chord progression is 7, 2, 4. That's it. Nothing more. 7, 2, 4, 7, 2, 4, 7, 2, 4. That's it. Problem is, if we play that 7, 2, 4. First of all, you're going out of the cage here. This is an augmented 4th. It goes straight up, perfect 4th between 2 strings that are the bottom 4 strings. Augmented. So this isn't a warped 4th. This is an augmented 4th. Okay, so we don't want to do that. We don't want to go up all along like we're doing a big long arpeggio. Okay? So we have to kind of scrunch it in there. And it's like, so it's 7, 2, 4, 7, 2. 4 is slightly out of the cage, but that's not bad because we won't have any note to play on that string. So it's like a little reverse shaped D up there. Alright, so there's a long relationship there. Notice in the long G chord we had this, and now we have, so guess what we can do? Well, if you notice, a G is G, B, D, and G again, right? It shares 2 notes with half diminished, B and D. So one way to play a B half diminished would be just to play a G and replace the G with an F, which is its 7th anyway, and that's in the mode of C. Here's your C scale. So F is in there, G is in there. You see, if you play a B minor, you're hitting an F sharp, and that is not in the mode or the key of C. So that's not a good way to road map your way, you know, short hop your way to a diminished chord, is what I'm thinking. There are other chords that are the same. The Dorian is got 6, 2, 4, 6, 2. Well, guess what? It shares 2 and 4.